What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to, I think, should be the final two matches. I'm not sure, but let's get to it. Of course, I gotta go CM Punk all the way.
Maybe it's only in an alternative timeline, but I'll take the advantage of any opportunity to share the ring with Kurt Angle, win or lose. And as far as what happens if I stay in WWE, there's one more match I'll always wish for. Working with him, even if it was only briefly when he joined the new Nexus, made it abundantly clear to me that he would accomplish anything if he ever committed himself to it. A return to NXT gave him that chance, and soon Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family were the talk of the wrestling world. They arrived on the main roster, terrorizing any superstar that got in their way.
And Bray Wyatt calmly watches as his family members dismantle Punk.
That included me. And while I have a match at the 2013 Survivor Series that on paper says was against the Wyatt family, it didn't have Bray Wyatt in it. I never got to compete against him once he realized his potential. I would have loved to have the Fiend set his sights on me. The Fiend took wrestling places it had never been before by taking his opponents places they had never been before. If I had my way, I'd take on the Fiend at WrestleMania 37. And I'd look for solace in the one place that I know to be the great equalizer: Hell in a Cell. He was once in a lifetime. I'm thankful for the time we did have together. But until we meet again, we'll make it happen here in my showcase. CM Punk against The Fiend at WrestleMania. You can choose who you'll control. But once that door closes, there's no telling what will happen.
Oh, the red cage? What?
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on the Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster at the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's gonna be brutal.
CM Punk and The Fiend facing off against each other at the event that brings out the best in each man, WrestleMania.
You speak the truth, Corey Graves. Every time Punk comes down that ramp at WrestleMania, his next level competitiveness hits an all-time high. That's why we've seen him have all-time WrestleMania classics against the likes of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. But as for The Fiend, I need only remind you of what happened last year at WrestleMania. The Fiend lured John Cena into the Firefly Funhouse match and destroyed the franchise both physically and mentally.
And since then, John Cena has not been seen in a WWE ring. Got to wonder if CM Punk will suffer the same fate should The Fiend get his way tonight. This might be one of the most psychological matches we'll ever witness in the history of WWE.
The Fiend started laying his groundwork earlier. I know Punk seems like he's unfazed, but deep down I think the seed of fear has started to sprout inside him. Punk has to do everything he can to fight through that fear if he wants to walk out of WrestleMania with the win tonight.
Both of these men have made careers by changing with the times. Punk has gone from indie darling to extremist to straight-edge cult leader to the best in the world.
I will agree that Punk's ability to evolve is commendable, but I don't think anyone has undergone a transformation like Bray Wyatt when he became the Fiend.
Indeed, gentlemen, Bray Wyatt was a dominant force in the main event already. But as the Fiend, he's almost unbeatable. Wonder if Punk will need to change yet again to overcome tonight's challenge.
Looks like he's opting for Old Faithful here, the steel chair.
CM Punk may have broken
through. The camera, man.
His attacks really seem to be registering against the Fiend.
Well, according to my notes, CM Punk is in-ring experience against Bray Wyatt, but in reality,
I got a chance for you to finish her?
Seen this side of Bray.
Something else to note is that Punk's previous
one.
matches with Bray were tag team contests that included the rest of the Wyatt family.
Wow, so Punk's first ever singles match with Bray Wyatt is against the Fiend? I rarely bet against the best in the world, but this is
a chance to win it here.
The Fiend wins it.
Here is your winner, the Fiend!
Man, that's this show, bro. No. Nah, bro, that was bullshit. Bullshit.
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on the Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster at the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's gonna be brutal.
Something that should not get lost in all of this chaos. Before he was the Fiend, before he was Bray Wyatt, the man under that mask was actually a follower of CM Punk.
Yeah, shortly before Bray Wyatt found his way, he was part of CM Punk's new nexus under a different name. You have to wonder if whatever's left of Bray's psyche under that mask still has some respect for Punk. If so, I wonder if the best in the world can somehow use that to gain a mental advantage.
I'm talking about that first match, bro.
Up and picture-perfect Falcon Arrow.
CM Punk bringing attacks to the Fiend, but
I will cheat, but
shrug this off, as we've seen so frequently before.
Just over a year ago, at WrestleMania 36, The Fiend competed in one of the most unorthodox matches in WrestleMania history, the Firefly Funhouse match. He took John Cena on a journey of mental anguish and brutal self-reflection before beating down the franchise and pinning him in the center of the ring. I don't think Cena will ever be the same if we ever see him again.
Should the Fiend look to repeat his masterclass of mind games, it'll be interesting to see how it works on Punk. On one hand, Punk can handle the most extreme mental warfare, but the Firefly Funhouse is where skeletons of a superstar's past are exhumed. Wyatt has plenty of history to pull from when it comes to CM Punk.
See this?
If he can find the right,
and he goes for the pin. No, a kick out.
He is far from being put away here, that's for certain. And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact.
Out of the ring, still surrounded by the hell that is the steel structure. And slides back into the ring.
Oh, man. CM Punk and The Fiend facing off against each other at the event that brings out the best in each man. WrestleMania.
You speak the truth, Corey Graves. Every time Punk comes down that ramp at WrestleMania, his next level competitiveness hits an all-time high. That's why we've seen him have all-time WrestleMania classics against the likes of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. But as for The Fiend, I need only remind you of what happened last year at WrestleMania. The Fiend lured John Cena into the Firefly Funhouse match and destroyed the franchise both physically and mentally.
And since then, John Cena has not been seen in a WWE ring. Got to wonder if CM Punk will suffer the same fate should The Fiend get his way tonight.
Oh.
Well, according to my notes, CM Punk has in-ring experience against Bray Wyatt, but in reality, he's never seen this side of Bray.
Something else to note is that Punk's previous matches with Bray were tag team contests that included the...
He just turned the Cell into a heap of twisted metal.
This match has actually taken the Cell to its breaking point.
He's as mad as a hatter climbing the Cell. Nothing good ever happens on top of the Cell.
He's finally made it to the top of this demonic structure.
A dangerous position to be in. He's playing with fire now. And he's on top of the world now.
Bringing the fight on top of the South. To call this dangerous would be an understatement.
Everyone knows the risks coming into Hell in a Cell, but I have to imagine that knowledge doesn't account for what happens when you end up on top of the cell. I don't know how Punk can recover from that. The Fiend may have victory in his twisted sights.
Implanted by the DDT.
The longer this goes on, the more dangerous this becomes.
Yeah, the roof of the cell can only take so much chaos. Smartly dipping out of harm's way.
Both of these men have made careers by changing with the times. Punk has gone from indie darling to extremist to straight-edge cult leader to the best in the...
And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back.
Boom! GTS.
That could ground Bray for good. The Fiend with the quick wherewithal.
Yeah, this time. Nope.
Oh, and Fiend gets cut off.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness.
Elbow drop.
He wriggles out of the danger zone there. And we need to get some medical attention here. There is no way this match can continue now.
Using the cranium.
And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
Punk fighting through the fear and putting a pounding on the Fiend.
Momentum going back to Punk's corner.
But Punk
how did he grab me?
push now while the window's open.
CM Punk has to know now that this isn't just Bray anymore. The Fiend is making him realize that.
Is he gonna keep spamming this, bro?
Counter by CM Punk. Headed back into the ring. Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here?
Over.
Now CM Punk needs to end this.
That might have put it away. 2. Oh, he kicked out.
He is still alive. That kick out just proved it. Incredible.
And Punk might have just swung for the fences, but it wasn't good enough. Oh, that hurt. Uranagi by Punk. He turns it into the Anaconda Vice. And look at how tight a grip this hold has.
I ain't gonna fall for the cranial trick, bro.
A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it.
They got Fisher though. Nah.
Stopped with a stiff.
Yeah, nah, hard. No!
Great in-ring IQ on display there.
Lots of counters from each other.
Oh,
yeah, it's over.
Here. Ladies and gentlemen, to sleep.
Sorry about that.
Heavy artillery once again.
2. CM Punk beats the Fiend.
That was a close one.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
I don't know how on earth Punk was
I
able to
think the
do
next
it,
match
but he's
will
standing
be our last
victorious
match for the
over
series.
the Fiend here tonight.
Yeah,
Let's get to it.
Does he really think this will be the end of the nightmares? I think it's just the beginning.
That's a nightmare that can wait until Punk goes to bed tonight. For now, he's just happy.
An honor to know him, to have worked with him, and to get one more chance to share the ring with him. Rest in power forever, Bray Wyatt. It's been quite the experience as the focal point of WWE 2k26 Showcase. We've revisited great wins, received a second chance at painful losses, created dream matches that I thought would forever elude me, and even attempted to provide a glimpse at what WWE would have looked like had I stayed. It's been a true privilege. Before we put a bow on it all, I'd like to ask Slingshot Technology for one final match. A match that lives as large as my biggest dreams. The opportunity to team with the best tag team partner in the world, my wife, AJ Lee. 3-time Divas champion, had WWE wrapped around her finger from the moment she arrived. Skilled in the ring and potent on the microphone.
The greatest Divas champion of all time. Me!
Remind you of anybody? She even dropped a pipe on of her own.
I have done more in 1 year than all of you have done in your entire collective careers.
A true revolutionary, AJ Lee deserves as much credit for the women's revolution and evolution as anyone, as she fought for every second of television time to lay the groundwork needed to push women's wrestling further than it had ever been before. And since she returned to WWE this past September,
AJ Lee! CM Punk's wife is here after a decade!
she's been helping remind everybody just how damn great she really is. Now, I'm sure there's people out there saying, but you've teamed with her before. And this is true, but that doesn't change the facts. And the facts are that anytime I get to team up with my wife, it's always a dream come true. Across the ring from us, I can only see WWE's resident it couple, The Miz and Maurice. Miz and I have had our issues through the years. That's hardly a secret. But while we don't see eye to eye on many things, I still appreciate what him and his wife have accomplished in their careers. And it would be an honor to attempt to take the it couple label off them and put it on two people who have proven to move the needle, CM Punk and AJ Lee. So let's close this showcase out in style. You've done incredible work to get this far, and now we'll let you choose how it all comes to an end. Miz and Maurice will want to turn in a performance so awesome that it stops us in our tracks.
All right, let's get to it. The last match of the series. I think so.
Big time tag team action underway here as CM Punk and AJ Lee take on The Miz and Maurice.
Yes, and we're about to find out just who is the true ultimate power couple here in WWE.
They always reverse that
There's
move,
only one it couple, and no offense, but it's not Punk and AJ. The camera loves Miz and Maurice, and Miz and Maurice know that nothing looks better on camera than beating two of the best in the world.
Counter, saw it coming.
The list of accolades for Punk and AJ may be a smidge longer. Their in-ring skills may be a smidge higher. But there's one aspect of this that the it couple has over their opponents tonight, and it's the most vital one: experience.
As much as it pains me to agree there, Wade, you're right. Miz and Maurice have stood in the ring against some of the top power couples in wrestling at some of the biggest PLEs in WWE history, including Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
And for as long as Punk and AJ have known each other off screen, they've only tagged together for a few brief matches on Raw. Training together is one thing, competing together is another. Punk and AJ are going to have to be fast learners tonight.
A lot of variables at play in this intergender tag match. All four competitors have been subject to mixed tag rules before, where the men could only fight the men and vice versa. But tonight, intergender fighting is allowed.
And I know both Maurice and AJ Lee have that chip on their shoulder. Maurice has always looked down on CM Punk and loved nothing more than hurting the best in the world. And let's not forget that AJ Lee used to be general manager of Raw, where Miz was a constant nuisance. Now she can let her frustration out without any fear of professional retribution. Punk has said on multiple occasions that he doesn't respect The Miz or how he got his start in WWE. I'm sure AJ Lee feels the same about Maurice.
Punk and Lee got into WWE the traditional way, by competing on the independent circuit for years and paying their dues, while Miz and Maurice took the reality route via Tough Enough and Diva Search, respectively.
Well, as a man who put in years of training, but also won the first season of NXT, the truth of the matter is that a real WWE superstar will take any opportunity given to them to get their foot in the door. There's no shame whatsoever in how Miz and Maurice got here, and their success since is proof that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the it couple is going to finish strong tonight. Of that, I am sure.
AJ Lee recently making her WWE return after a decade away. She spent that time becoming a best-selling author, a TV and movie producer, and getting herself back in the proper mental state to compete again. Seems to have worked as she instantly reinserted herself into the main event scene.
That has to eat at Maurice a bit. Don't get me wrong, Maurice has had some major matches since her retirement, but the vast majority of them have been at the side of her husband. I wonder if we see Maurice put a bit more effort to take command of this match tonight to prove that she can get back to the top of the women's division all by herself. Back and forth, trading reversals.
Don't get me wrong, AJ Lee is her own woman and can fight her own battles, but we've seen in the past that CM Punk will defend his family with every fiber of his being. The Miz, on the other hand, sometimes he makes his wife fight his battles. Hides behind his wife when the fight intensifies.
That's because Miz and Maurice are an equal unit. Why should the man always hold the door open? Or the ring ropes, for that matter.
You call it being equal? I just think Miz can be a chicken sometimes.
Ducks out of harm's way.
She gets taken into the corner. Needs to get out.
Oof! Turns it around. Maurice is mostly known today for her reality TV. Got the cover.
Is it enough to close this out?
And she breaks the count.
No time to waste being shocked. You've got to maintain pressure.
Yeah.
Dishing out a suplex.
And he's able to avoid that offense.
Miz preparing his next move.
Face first into the snapmare driver.
Come on now.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I believe CM Punk is jealous of The Miz.
Come on, Wade, jealous? Miz is a Grand Slam champion, sure, but Punk has accomplished even more in WWE.
We can compare resumes all day, Cole, but consider this. Everything Punk...
Everybody keep reversing that move.
Miz did first. Miz joined the main roster first. Miz was the face of WWE first. Miz was doing the late-night talk show circuit first. Miz main evented WrestleMania first, and after tonight, Miz will have won their first intergender tag encounter. Quick thinking from her to avoid that. And just like that, avoiding surefire disaster.
This has been an arduous tag match, but you could be in much worse shape.
And an answer from her.
Leaning against the turnbuckle now.
Counter after counter. Neither superstar getting the clear advantage. Ow, right in the kisser. Didn't see it coming.
Neck breaker after the float over.
That was pretty.
All right.
Tag made. Double team coming. Up to the top rope. Way up high.
Dim the spotlight, roll the credits. Miz and Maurice are about to exit stage left.
I understand that she's feeling mighty confident right now, but I don't know how wise this is. Hard to not reach a place of desperation at this point. This just may be the only way to survive this match now. Maurice saves herself. And a quick schoolboy out of nowhere.
Throw the world break.
Oh, it turns it around and has the pin.
Might be over anyway. Yep.
Ah, there it is.
All right.
Punk and AJ get the win.
Here are your winners, AJ Lee and CM Punk.
In what may be one of the most emotional wins of their collective careers, CM Punk and AJ Lee proved themselves tonight. For Lee, she proved she deserves to be back on top of the women's division after a long hiatus. For Punk, he proved he's the true face of WWE. And even though his biggest battles were on his own, and Punk famously said that he's not here to make friends, this industry is what gave him what matters most, his family.
CM Punk has had so many knives put in his back, so many acrimonious splits, When it comes to those who ride for Punk, he will stand by their side every step of the way.
And there's nobody who stands...
That is the end. Anything else? Oh, here you go.
Truly fantastic. Facing a litany of all-time WWE greats, crossing through time and space itself, testing out new technology, we've experienced a showcase like no other and had a huge part in how it all ended up. How does it feel? What are you even talking into? I'm not holding a microphone, man. You gamers are weird, you know that? The classics never get old. Seriously, though, you should be proud of what you've accomplished here. Showcase built its name on ideals of honor and legacy and tradition and greatness, and I think I did them all justice here today. When we honor the past, when we keep the names of legends alive long after they're gone, we show respect to them for their own journeys. And here in the WWE2k26 showcase, I know we did things a little differently. Hell, there's some people out there that choose to do a full gauntlet instead of taking it one step at a time. Insane.
I ain't doing my gauntlet.
But that's the point. We only get one go. And if you don't do it as authentically as possible, if you don't do it your way, then why even bother? I built my entire career on that approach. Some love it, some don't, but you can't win them all. And if you try, you will drive yourself crazy. So always do what's in your heart. Always. Thank you for letting me do the whole 2K showcase a little differently. Thank you for always having my back. And thank you for showing that a true underground kid can one day be the most mainstream success, as long as they stay true to themselves. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a dog waiting for me.
All right. That is the end of the showcase series. I appreciate everybody who's watched the video. I will not be doing a My Rise. That'd be too long, and that's just mostly exhibition matches. This might be my final video. I don't know if I make a 2K video or not. Probably, but I probably won't make another series until 007 come out. Yeah. So that's it for now. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.